Well, hello everyone. Happy Monday and welcome to Lisa Horton Crafts. I'm Cheryl and I'm here today to share another card that I made using Lisa's wonderful products. This is a recording again, and this is for May 5th of 2025. And I'm using today Lisa's composition dies, set A, the flowers and leaves, a gorgeous set. And I'm using the Modern Florals 3D embossing folder along with the Modern Florals heavyweight vellum. Now, I do know at the time that I'm recording this, the Modern Florals vellum is in low stock, and Lisa's got a sale that's going to be happening on right before the day before the Friday before this will air. And I don't know if this will still be in stock, but if it isn't, and you bought it, you'll be able to use this, and you can also substitute other products that might be available. And this folder I know is available in the US on scrapbook.com if you don't have it, but this is actually optional for the design that I've chosen. So these are the three products. For my sentiment, I'm going to be using one of the downloads, so we don't have any stamping or inking for this project. So these are the products, and let me go ahead and pull in the sample that I created. And here we go. So I used the vellum, as you can see, and all of the dies from the set A, composition set A, leaves and flowers, to create this cute little note card or birthday card. It could actually go for any occasion because the sentiment says warm wishes, and that's a sentiment from the downloads. So there are tons of sentiments in those downloads, and be sure to check those out and make sure you have those. Now, since there's so much die cutting, I did do a lot of the die cutting ahead of time, but I did want to show you the vellum papers that I used. Let me bring this back in so you can actually see. So these are the papers that I've used. So, and this is a nice heavy vellum. So it's wonderful, wonderful vellum. And there's this piece. This piece is this pattern. And then the main background I used is this pattern. Again, that beautiful, beautiful heavy weight it's gorgeous. And then I used this stripe piece. So I used these three I used, and then that I didn't use, or let me just go ahead and open them up so you can see all of these pretty vellum. They are gorgeous and well worth having in your stash if you can get them. So I do know they're limited stock, so let me go ahead and pull these out. And so here is one of the patterns that I didn't use. Look at how pretty that is. There's that pattern, and then this pattern. So pretty, and you can see how it goes so well with the set A. This is the stripe that I used. And then here is a plaid that I didn't use. So these are all of, let me pull this one. This is a full sheet of one that I used, and here's the full sheet of the other pattern. So those are all the patterns that you get in this pack, and there are, I forgot, 24 sheets. So 6 different patterns, 24 sheets, and there are 200 GSM. So they're a nice heavyweight vellum. So that is the paper, and I'll show you as I go along what I die cut. So these are the composition dies, the set A, flowers and leaves. And let me pull these out. In this, you get some design, well, here it is. You get some design ideas already. If you're stuck and not can't figure out what to do, you've got some great ideas to start with. There's 4 different ideas, and I took mine as a takeoff of design 1, design 2, and then design 3 and design 4. So this is in your pack when you get it. And then these are the dies. So I used the largest die and this piece to cut my background. And then I used the next largest die, which is this, with white cardstock. And then I embossed that. And next, I used this die to cut the stripe panel, and then I used this die to cut the smallest rectangle on my card, and then I used this die, the 2 smaller of the 3 flowers. I used these 2 flowers and then this little die to make my flower. And I did use also, oh, I forgot one product that I used. I used one of Lisa's, let me see if I can find the right one I used. Yeah, I used the summer white cord, and I used that little yellow color there out of this pack. So I cut the larger flower in that yellow, and this, actually here's a piece. And then the green, I used for the leaves here. So that's all of the die cutting that I've done ahead of time. So you don't have to sit here and watch me die cut, but I wanted you to see what I cut with what out of this die set. So I used almost all of the pieces in this die set. It's really, really a nice set, and so very versatile. So if you don't have these compositions, they're one of all of the compositions. I got them bit by bit. I had one, and then I ordered 2 more, and then I ordered 2 more. And so I'm just ordering them as I place orders for product. But that is the set A flowers and leaves and the die cutting that I did with those. Now, I've done, as I said, most of that die cutting, and the only thing that we've got some assembly to do here. So this is the piece that I'm going to emboss in just a moment, and this is an A2 size card, as are most of mine. And then I've got, this is the sentiment, another sentiment from the downloads that I just printed and cut. Those things are wonderful to have. If you don't have them, check them out because they're really, really versatile. And so here's my flower petal. Let me see. Got to find all my little pieces here. I thought I just saw. Uh-oh. Oh, there's the flower. The second layer of my flower, and I know I saw the little flower center. There it is. There's the little flower center. And so we've got all of our pieces here, and this is my card base, or no, it's a second card base, not one that I'm going to use, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, you know what I don't have is a white panel for my card front. So let me grab one of those, and that'll fit right on the front of my card. So I've got a card panel here, and the first thing I want to do is go ahead and, well, I think before I start any of this, I'm going to put my flower together. So let me move this off to the side, and I'll put my flower together, and then we'll go ahead and emboss and put the other things together. This is a quick and easy card to make, and you can change it up so many different ways. And I'm just going to make it the way my sample is, primarily because I'm trying to limit my shoulder movement. By the time you watch this video, I'll be 1 day away from my shoulder surgery, so I'll be having that on what will be tomorrow when you watch this. So I'm looking forward to having my surgery so I can get full mobility back and get back to crafting live, which I am just really missing already. And this is only video number 2. So I'm going to take this piece that I die cut, that's that second largest rectangle from the set, and I'm going to put it in the embossing folder. And there we go. So you're probably wondering, well, you haven't had your surgery, so why aren't you live? The problem is I have some appointments. Last week I had to go get my, well, the video that you'll see last week, which is why I wasn't live last week. I had to go get a scan done for the surgery, and then I have another test that has to be done the day before my surgery. So that's why we're live before this. We're recording before my surgery, and after I'm done recuperating, I'll be back live, and I'm so looking forward to that. Okay, so I've run that through the embossing folder, and now we'll just go ahead and put this onto this panel. And it doesn't matter a whole lot, but I did want to make sure that when I put my tape runner down, I put it in the center of the flowers because it doesn't show as much there. And you don't really need a lot, but I did want to have some down just to just so that it doesn't go flying off of the card. Okay, and then I'll just put this down onto the center. Let me get that lifted up a little bit here. Try and get it straight as I can. There we go. And then I'll just press down where those flower centers so that it sticks. And then I'm going to put some tape runner on this piece that I die cut out of the vellum. And I'm going to add that onto this embossed panel. And I'm just putting it at the top and the bottom there. And it's not visible at all. So if you are not comfortable having it just be there, you can run it all the way down because you really can't see it. And especially with the texture of the embossing. But I just want to hold that, make sure that gets a nice solid hold. And then I'll add this to the card front with my glue tape runner. Hope you're having a great day today. It is actually evening for me, so as I'm recording this, so the sun is going down, but it was a gorgeous day here today. And I'm going to just go ahead and put this onto the center of the panel. And we got some of the decorative vellum all around. This is such beautiful vellum. I almost hate to cover it up because it's so pretty. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is add my leaf. And if you want to add some more texture, you can just brush in a little color over top of these. But I just love, there's so much detail in that die cut already. I don't know if you can see. There's like nice little die cut lines in the center of that leaf. So you don't really need to have anything additional, but you could. Same with your flower, you could add some color to those petals before you put it down. And this, I'm going to leave the ends of the leaves not glued so that I can stick my sentiment down there on top of it. Oops. Okay, I did not want that to happen. Scoot you up a little bit. There we go. And it's okay that it's sticking over a little bit because it's going to go on top of the panel that is wider than that. So I'll put my sentiment down with glue. And I'll just stick that down here, but I want to kind of put a little bit of that leaf up under it, or put it up under that leaf, just a little bit, so it has, so that my sentiment isn't just hanging out there on its own. And let me get this straight. I got it a little crooked there. I think that looks pretty straight. And then I'll take my bone folder and make sure that my sentiment is nice and smooth. I hope you all are able to take advantage of Lisa's sale, because I don't know how long it's going to be part of her Friday night live, May 2nd. So, and then I'm putting my flower down there and just sticking that leaf right in the stem of the leaf right into the center of that flower. And if you want, you can fluff these leaves up a little bit. Not necessary, but you can do that. Adding a little more texture, and there's so much. This vellum is, let me get my little tool. This vellum is so heavy. It's like a cardstock. Very nice. And so you can fluff your vellum up. I've got some other ideas of what I want to do with this vellum. Not sure if I'll get to it before my surgery or not, but I hope you're able to get some. It's limited stock, so it's not going to be around much longer in stock. Now, I don't know if it'll be coming back in or not, but there is limited stock as I make this card right now. Okay, so I want to add my little sentiment panel to the back of my card using some foam tape. So I will cut a piece off, and it's a little too long, but that's okay. We'll just put this down and trim this extra. And I can actually use this extra for the side over here, and then I'll add another little piece. On this side. And we are good to go there. So I'll just peel off the backing from my double-sided foam adhesive tape. Here we go. Get that off. Get this off. And there's one more piece on there. Get it all off. Hardest part of this card is for me dealing with that foam tape. So, and then all you want to do is just stick that foam tape on. I don't want to completely cover that little nice strip of vellum. So we'll just stick that on there. We'll have a little ridge there. And there you have it, a really super fun card. You can use it for any occasions. Just change up your sentiment, nice and light and airy and fun, using Lisa's beautiful compositions, dies. Sky's the limit with those. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you'll be back next week to see another recording that I have. Next week recording, I'll be sharing a card that I made with the beautiful neon gels. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Be sure to check out Claire's live tomorrow, and also Lisa Horton Crafting with Lisa Horton's official Facebook page, and see all of the upcoming activities. And I do thank you so much for being with us. I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye for now.